By the way, she's from the family of. Her family is the only family in the whole world that has had many political prisoners in the whole world. They were even in the Guinness Book of Records. One. His father was a commissar, the first commissar of Umkhonto Wesizwe, but was never celebrated in the ANC. That family has never been fully honored in the ANC. That is why MK normally when he talks, it wants to own him, own her legacy, her family's legacy and everything. So the issue of women, people like her are still an asset to this organization, hoping that one day they'll come and join us. There are some of the people when we speak in the MK party, we still point to and say that just like Mama Sisulu, Albertina Sisulu, just like Sislindwe Sisulu, just like Mama Dorota Mana, just like Dorothy Nyembe, those are people that I believe if they were alive they would be joining MK party. And by the way, we have a lot of women that are leading the MK party. In the National High Command, we've got a few female comrades, but when you look at their profiles and the role that they are playing, it's not just a small role. We've got the leaders within us as well, in the Women's League and in the Mother Board who are leading. I won't say they were elected or they were brought in because they're women, and I won't also say that some were elected where they are because they were males. We said the leaders would be appointed, and they were appointed as leaders. Maybe at the right time you can define and say that let's put the gender question and say that women first and everything. But individual and personal, I feel that we normally defeat ourselves by wanting to confine people to genders, to stratas and everything. Remember, for example, there's this thing of saying that we want youth to lead, youth to be somewhere and everything. Go to Europe, go to South America. You find a president who's 38 years of age. You find a cabinet member who's 27 years of age. He was not elected there because he was a youth. He was elected because he was a leader, was capable, who challenged, who became a fish in the ocean, you see. So in any event, you'll say that let's put people there as endangered species. They'll relax and say that we'll wait for the time, then stop again. Once you say, please go in there, participate in the structures, they'll be able to see that normal, we fit there, rather than saying that this is only in the Siaboma Masofago. So I'm of that notion, personally, say that let everybody organization and be seen by their skills and capabilities. And there's this wrong notion of saying that Mobe is better, knows better than another. Abu Mama Bazi as well deputize. So it's about time that we empower everyone. But I don't want us to talk of empowerment through the prism of the ANC or of government, because we normally use that in the MK and say that mistakenly say that Sifuni gender 50-50, gender what those are not our politics. We should shape our own narrative on the gender question, our own narrative on the youth question, so that when we speak it, we don't take it from the way the ANC has been doing it, because it has not even served them for that matter. Yes.
The storm is here. It's raining, and I know you need to run. What is it that maybe you would have came with that you wish to maybe give perspective on, that you think I've not asked you want to share with the audience in closing?
You know, there's one thing that I want to say to the audience and our members, that let us know and respect that this is a time for a new revolution. This is a time that we need to push for a new republic. That new republic will be seen through the eyes of the MK party. Let us make sure that in each and every corner where we go, we revolutionize everybody. Everybody must see MK as his own political home. Let us make sure that all the structures of MK party that are there are playing the meaningful role in ensuring that they foster unity. Factionalism does not build an organization. Divisions don't build an organization. The use and abuse of money to buy influence does not build an organization. People that are there for their own individual interest must be identified, shamed, isolated, and be shamed away from the organization. I know that there are people that when they are wielding power or they've got access to funds, when we follow them, you think that you're at the right time. When they're falling out, then you think that, no, I'm going to the next person and say that, no, talk truth to power. Even if you are not having money in your own pocket, even if you are not having anything, be a revolutionary. Revolutionaries are judged by talking truth to power. Revolutionaries are judged by keeping to their weight. Revolutionaries are judged by being open, even if it's sour, even if it's not sweet. You should talk things out. Even if you meet with the president of the organization, you talk things that you think are not okay. People are they might hate you, but they will respect you. I know there are people that are sitting there knowing that, hey, manje kunama problem ku-MK Party. I mean, ngizohamba nalona because ngiyabona ngathi uzophatha. Or ngihamba nalona mhlawumbe because there are others that wrote to some of the national leaders and said that, leader, please, Mina, I think I'm better than those ones who are shouting like this. I'm better than those ones who normally do this and that. Please listen to me. That is not how things are done in the organization. You go to the public, you go to the membership, you raise your issues, you talk to your leaders so that they understand you. So there are challenges in MK Party, a lot of them, make no mistake. MK Party is a new organization. MK Party, like I said last week, that if we can be strong on the political education, MK Party can be united. There should be compulsory political education for all the leaders of the organization. If it's there, I know that you'll have a glue that is cementing and combining everybody. You'll never, ever build a very strong MK Party if you don't invest too much on political education. MK Party is growing very fast, very quick. It's attracting many people. Some of them even forget. They bring traditions from their own organizations, from the ANC, Patriotic Alliance, Freedom Front, Economic Freedom Front, and all those organizations. When they come in, they want to behave the way they were in those organizations. And they don't even care what you say to them. If ever I'm the convener of the region, for example, I'll say that I'm from EFF or from ANC, I'll say that, no, sense isn't Oganji. Only to find that that's not how they are done in MK. So with a clear political education, we can be able to say that this is how things are done. And once you are politically matured, you find factions not interesting. You find the patronage not interesting. You can't even be bought for that matter. It's not simple to buy a person whose motivation in politics is politics and ideology. But once a person has been motivated by positions, by money and everything, you can simply buy that person. Yes.
Let me allow you to live with people being bought. Yes. Kumalo says, that's Jabulani Kumalo, he says MK has been allowed for people to buy their positions. They give certain leaders money so they can retain certain positions. In particular, speaking about those comrades who were paying money to parliament, now it's been taken. Does that exist? And according to you, if it's proven that people were taking their own money, putting into people's bank accounts, personal bank accounts, not the MK Party, what then should happen? Do you think a new memorandum must be written to explain that don't give anyone money, only use these sources, and what should happen generally in closing?
I'm one person who mainly believes in discipline. I'm a former soldier. Yeah, and I instill it when given time.
Sure.
But I listen where there's a need to educate people. I happened to be to meet with the comrades from the Peace and Stability of the organization, who were the custodians of the organization, of discipline, of guarding against those maladies that are happening in all the organizations. Those comrades did a lot of work. They were on the ground during the election season and after elections, national elections. They gathered a lot of information around what you've just asked. Buying of positions, buying of influence. They've got a lot of information that we would have liked that the president can have access to it. We just hope that one day the president will give them the chance, because they tried, apparently they failed to get audience with the president to present what they gathered from national to provinces and everything. There is that thing of allegations that people have bought some of the positions. Some of them came in through nepotism. They have relatives, friends of other people. Others are girlfriend of others and everything. That was gathered. There's confirmation. There are proofs and everything. We are waiting for the day where maybe the president or the organization itself will give the comrades to present that matter, because there are many casualties of that. There are victims that are left behind. There are those that are even destroyed to this day, that are even undermined to this day. They were kicked out of the list. Some were removed from positions. Some were told they're not fit to lead and all those things. So they brought people who were never even part and parcel of all the structures and everything to lead. But we're hoping that now where we are, there'll be systems that are going to be tightened. There is a constitution. even that time we had systems, but people were able to wiggle out of those. Remember, the president said that we are not going to launch because people buy positions. We are not going to have permanent structures because people buy influence and everything. But unfortunately, those who are mastering that, they did it. Even if we're not registered and everything, we've not launched. So we're saying that a revolutionary organization must be strict. There are things that should be non-negotiables. If you are found to have done that, you must be kicked out. If it was our own country, we'll take you to firing squad, for example, and say that we are addressing this. But there is a lot of problems that are there. Unfortunately, that I can't betray the organization and talk of specifics here. Maybe the right people that can, at a certain level, can be able to get that information. But I can safely tell you that a lot of wrong things have happened, and they were confined to few people, which the organization knows who are those people and everything. But if they're not addressed, or those people have messed up, are not reaching out to their victims, I see a lot of problems happening years down the line.
Thank you.
Because all the victims are not happy. They're sitting down there watching.
Thank you very much.
you.
Machine Political Incorrect has been a long one. We decided to make it a very short one because it's running out of time. And apologies for holding you. Thank you very much, Itada.